PET tapes are a fantastic stationery item when it comes to decorating and jazzing up your junk journals, planners and scrapbooks. They are translucent tapes with amazing designs that seem to just float on the page. Very addictive, but not exactly cheap to buy if you want to keep your arsenal of supplies always fresh and new. That's why this video is jam-packed with amazing ideas and techniques to create incredible PET tapes at home with your own designs. I'm not gatekeeping any idea here. I'm gonna show you so many of them and so many possibilities. So take pen and paper and stay until the end. You won't regret it. Hi everyone, this is Carlo and welcome back to my channel. Let's start this PET tapes creative workshop with the basic materials we're gonna need, which are a big roll of transparent packing tape, like this one, a pair of scissors, and a few illustrated magazines. And it's pretty much it. There will be more supplies, but I'm gonna tell you as the video progresses. I'm so excited! We're gonna create two types of tapes today. Long tapes that can be stored rolled up and they will need the application of a bit of glue stick on the back to be used. And short loops of tapes that will have their own stickiness so they are ready to use as they are. I'll start by flipping through my magazines to get inspired and select a few gorgeous pages that I want to transform into tapes. As you might know, I love art, so I'm naturally drawn to big illustrations and reproductions of paintings. But you can choose any illustration or photo that inspires you. These are some of the ones that I selected. These black and white line work illustrations can be nice to make a monochrome layer tape. Then I have some art with flowers, always useful. This sunset is gonna look great on a tape. But I want to start with these artworks from Picasso, Sargent and other artists to create our first tapes. We're gonna call them long artsy loops. Let's take a look at this image of the Three Dancers by Pablo Picasso. Both the top and the bottom have a predominant color, black and yellow. This will allow us to create stripes vertically and seamlessly create a long loop. I'm gonna show you how. I start cutting the white border out, because we don't need it. I turn the image sideways and I stick my packing tape all along, trying to smoothen up any air bubble as much as I can. Now, still keeping the roll attached, I'm cutting the stripe along the rim of the tape. And as I said, I want to create a seamless loop. So because we've ended with the color black, I'm gonna match it with the border on my illustration and keep sticking the tape down. I cut the stripe along the rim and I keep on creating the loop, with one final stripe. Once I have my long loop ready, I'm gonna do the same with other illustrations, mixing different styles. I wanna create a big batch of long loops with vibrant colors and patterns to take to the next step, when we're gonna give them translucency with the image transfer technique. If you watch my vintage ephemera video, you know what I'm talking about. Essentially, we're gonna put all our taped images in a lukewarm water bath for at least a couple of hours. This will make the paper rub off very easily from the tape, and our designs will have magically transferred, nice and translucent. I love to see how the colors remain vibrant. Use a towel to gently dry your tapes. If you want to dull the sheen of these tapes and the ones that we are gonna do later, you can apply one or two thin layers of matte varnish or matte collage medium. These long loops can now be rolled and stored, ready to be cut and glued on your journals. As a variation to this, I've used the colorful paper napkin to create this tape. I didn't need the water bath, I simply peeled off all the plies until only the first thin one remains attached to the tape. You can be as creative as you want using whatever illustration you fancy. Remember these two pages? They became a very interesting vintage tape. So I encourage you to get inspired and create different designs, ready to be cut and glued with a bit of glue stick on your journals. With the image transfer technique, when you have black and white line work illustrations like these beautiful ones, the white will almost completely wipe off after the water bath, which makes illustrations easy to layer up. I taped my magazine cutouts, and once I had enough laminated pages, I gave them a nice water bath, creating my usual mess because I'm as clumsy as a panda. And after a couple of hours, I rubbed the paper off, gently patted the tape dry and set all my pieces on the workspace. I'm gonna set stripes of packing tape on my cutting mat, with the sticky side facing upwards, like this. And now I want to simply cut and layer up my monochrome illustrations onto these stripes, without overthinking it too much. Sometimes it's great to just create with absolute freedom. When I finished, I turned my tapes around to reveal the final design. And I cut any excess from the borders. These portions of tapes still maintain a natural stickiness, so I'm gonna store them in this sticker release paper refill by the Travelers Company Japan, so that they can easily be peeled off and used whenever I want. I decided to transform these floral artwork images into tapes that can be used to add flowers as a decorated border on a journal page. I start covering the images with stripes of packing tape, slightly overlapping them at the junction. And once they're all taped, I'm gonna use the image transfer technique with my usual water bath, so that I get these lovely translucent pieces. Now, with a pair of scissors, I remove the background, so I have a clear outline of the flowers, like I've done here with these carnations and roses. Once I have enough pieces to compose a tape portion, I'm gonna turn them around and position them on stripes of tape that I preset with the sticky side facing up. I'm creating basically a border, either on one side or on both, making sure I leave one side or just the middle part free, so that the tape maintains the stickiness. When I finished, I turn them around. I refine the rims of the tape and cut any excess, until I have a clear usable portion. Don't they look absolutely lovely? I'm gonna store them with the others, and we carry on with the next idea, that is particularly good to create tapes to use as a background for your journal pages. I'm gonna use colored vellum paper this time. It's this kind of semi-transparent paper that you can easily find online, in different colors and patterns. I selected 2 groups of 3 that go well together, and I'm gonna start ripping by hand some pieces of irregular shapes, like this. The plain colored pieces will be then gently crumpled and reopened again, to create a textural effect that will make them more interesting. Do this gently because they can rip easily. It's time to preset our stripes of packing tape with the sticky side up. I'm gonna slip this piece of white paper underneath so that we can see better what we are creating. We basically arrange the vellum pieces in clusters along the stripe of tape, making sure we start with what we want to see in the foreground and going progressively back. This is what I call the upside down technique. When we turn the tape around, the final result is this translucent terrazzo effect. And these tapes can easily be cut in portions and provide a quick background for your journaling, or to personalize gifts, cards. You really have endless possibilities. Vellum is naturally translucent, that's what makes it perfect for this kind of tapes. But if you like junk journaling, think about how many tapes you can create with food wrappers, food packaging that have the same translucent quality. Playing with different degrees of opacity is what makes pet tapes beautiful. Like this one by Nairet Designs, which is one of my personal favorites. And observing it and studying it closely inspired me the next batch of ideas that I want to show you today. We're gonna make scrapbooking style tapes with different designs and themes. Let's start preparing all the elements that we need. First, I want some translucent images, so I start selecting cute images from my magazine cutouts. By now you know the drill. To make them translucent, we tape every single one of them with our packing tape to make an image transfer. All our pieces will now have a lovely water bath for a couple of hours. And in the meantime, we'll prepare the second group of elements, which is this time fully opaque images, in the style of little photographs or Polaroids. I open Canva and I look for images with a cozy vibe, because that's one of the styles I want to create. Of course, you can choose the images and styles that you want, and I resize them small enough to fit in my tape. I also want to make a travel diary style pet tape, with some of my personal photos from my trips. So I imported pictures of when I was in Alaska from my camera roll, and included them in this spread I'm making. I'm purposely leaving blank spaces in between so I can leave white borders when I print and cut them. Lastly, I want to also include fun elements like these small sticker-like images. When I have enough elements, I save this file as a PDF, and I'm gonna print it on a sheet of self-adhesive sticky paper. I use these ones from Evergreen Goods. They have a matte finish, but they also sell a glossy type if you prefer. I select the paper type on my printer, photo stickers will do, and I press print. All these cute little images will be cut into individual little stickers to use on my tapes. One last group of elements that I need is scraps of paper of different opacity. I have old book pages, handwritten messages, vintage receipts, but also these Vellum note cards that will give me so many creative ideas. Once the water bath has been done and my translucent pictures are ready, it's creation time. I preset my stripes of tape, sticky face up, and my first one will feature this gorgeous sunset, now translucent and glossy. I cut the images into smaller rectangles, and I also cut lines of handwritten text from this scrap of paper. The text will be the element in the foreground, so it's the first one I'm gonna put in position. From this Vellum note card, I wanna cut the printed bits and layer them as well, before I add my images. Alternating straight scissor cuts with hand-ripped borders is a great simple way to add interest to the composition. Always remember to turn the elements the other way around before putting them on the tape, because what we are seeing is the back of the tape. Time to add the sunset images. Use a pair of tweezers to avoid touching the sticky side of the tape and leaving fingerprints. Before we finish, I'm adding more portion of Vellum that add to the scrapbook style. When you turn the tape around, you will see how such a simple composition can give you gorgeous results. I'm gonna cut the excess tape and I'm 100% happy with how it turned out. So let's make more. This time I'm starting with tiny portions of text from an old book page that I'll turn around and position on my stripe of tape, followed by my translucent images like these cuckoo clocks and this stack of suitcases. You can position them as they are or refine furtherly the borders with a pair of scissors to have a clean outline. I'm gonna choose now some of the opaque images that I printed on the sticky paper. They have a protective side that you will have to peel off, and I'm gonna add them to my composition. As per usual, feel free to add scraps of paper or vellum, and you can clearly see the style that we are going for. Each bit of this tape can be cut and used as an individual sticker, and it will look so good on your journals. It's winter time right now here in London, and to add extra coziness to my tapes, I'm gonna use now a white Posca marker and a Uniball Signal gel pen to cover my stripe with falling snow before applying my elements. What I want to do on this one is using very narrow strips of colored vellum to position before my opaque images, so that they will mimic strips of tape that the photos are attached with. It's a very simple but very effective element to add. I'm gonna keep creating portions of tape with this style and storing them on my sticker paper release notebook. The last type of tape that I want to create today, as I mentioned earlier, is a travel journal style tape. And I want to make an experiment. It could go horribly wrong, we will find out together. I'm gonna cut some rectangles of greaseproof baking paper. These will do. And I'm using a Muji gel pen to write some text that I want to transfer, hopefully on my tape. So before it dries completely, I'm gonna turn it around and press it on the sticky side of the tape. The question now is, will it transfer? It did! It's a bit smudged, but it did transfer, so I'm gonna do it again. I don't actually dislike the smudged effect. Maybe if I let it dry more, it will not smudge. You can try that if you want. Now I'm gonna add here and there my little fun stickers. followed by the rest of my elements. As you can see, I left a wider lower border on my photos to give that Polaroid aesthetic that I love. I'm adding more and more paper bits, but I don't want to cover the transferred text entirely. I like portions of it to be on the clear part of the tape. It's reveal time, and I'm really happy to see my Alaska memories transformed into pet tapes. This is a lovely way to incorporate your personal memories into your junk journaling or scrapbooking practice. You can create a whole range of tapes dedicated to the best trips of your life, or the moments to remember in general. As I always say, make it personal, make it yours. And that's all for today. I feel like I have kidnapped you for enough time today, but I hope you stayed until the end and you enjoyed all the ideas and the tapes that we created. Let me know in the comments below if there's something that caught your eye or something you want to try. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hype this video so that it can reach a bigger audience. This was me, Carlo, and until next video, take care, be kind, and I'll see you soon.